KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi is set to appear before Parliament's ad hoc committee today. The committee has been set up to investigate Mkhwanazi's allegations, which include corruption, political interference and criminal infiltration of the justice system. SABC News reporter Bulelani Phillip has been there since very early this morning, bringing up the sun, and I'm sure nobody's going to be late there today, Bulelani, because we know the ad hoc committee members have been chomping at the bit to get started here.
Well, good morning to you again, Sakina. Because there is no sun in Cape Town today. In fact, there was a drizzle a little bit earlier, but I don't know whether those are blessings or what. But the table is set for this morning's ad hoc committee hearings, which will kick off at 9 o'clock. The first witness being that of General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. I've seen the police explosives unit taking their sniffer dogs through the venue to do a sweep. And then we've also just seen the three evidence leaders led by the chief evidence leader, Advocate Norman Arendse, arriving here at the venue. But no sight yet of General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. To take this conversation further, I'm going to bring in now Ian Cameron, who is the chairperson of the Police Portfolio Committee, but also serves on this ad hoc committee. Thank you so much for making time for us, Mr. Cameron. Firstly, how would you respond to concerns that this process of Parliament is a duplication, given that the Nhlanhla Commission is currently also conducting its own investigation?
Sure, so I think it would be unfair. It's important to understand that there are different roles to play. So I think Parliament, first of all, in terms of recommendations that could come out from this process, is legally mandated to continue for as long as it takes to follow up on those recommendations to ensure that they are actually implemented. Remember, Parliament has the relevant oversight functions in terms of the different ministries that are involved in this process, and after this ad hoc committee they can continue with that work. Now, what is also important is to understand that the Commission is something that was announced by the President. It's a totally different body, and yes, obviously there might be some overlapping, but I think, for example, this process may actually come to the cross-examination process a little bit faster than what we've seen in the Nhlanhla Commission. So I think we need to make sure that one isn't dependent on the other, and we need to let both processes run their course.
Let me take you back to the 5th of March when the General appeared before the Police Portfolio Committee. He made a presentation and made some of these allegations at that committee. Why did the committee not follow through on the allegations that he raised then?
Sure, so he didn't make a presentation on the 5th of March. He spoke about smear campaigns against senior members of the South African Police Service, including himself. And that meeting was held because he asked me to come and appear before the committee, along with Minister Mkhunu, General Khumalo and General Masemola. But no presentation was made and no evidence was given during that meeting either. It is worrying that the perception, especially by a specific Major General van Rooyen last week at the Nhlanhla Commission, created the impression that the committee didn't act. The committee can't interfere in operational matters of the South African Police Service. We can follow up when we have the relevant evidence on things that are policy related, budget related, etc. Let me give you a silly example. Nothing about Kat Mhlala was even mentioned on the 5th of March. So very, very important that that actual meeting from the 5th of March is properly scrutinized before an assumption is made that we were given evidence.
All right, thank you so much, Ian Cameron, the DA MP that is serving on this ad hoc committee, who also doubles up as the chairperson of the Police Portfolio Committee. On that note, it's back to you, Sakina, in studio.
Thank you so much, Bulelani Phillip.